Let's take you back now to our breaking news story on the U.S. seizing the Russian tanker in the Atlantic Ocean that we have been bringing to you. We're now joined by our specialist correspondent, Sophie Mokoena, on the line. Sophie, we're seeing a number of reports emerging about this particular vessel, reportedly, and reports saying it's part of the so-called shadow fleet moving oil for Russia, Iran, and Venezuela. What do you know?
Well, America has intercepted this oil tank, Marinera. The argument is that America is saying that Venezuela is under embargo and therefore it cannot send oil to other countries. And therefore they are using the sanction of Venezuelan oil to intercept these tankers, because this later, few minutes after they intercepted the Marinera tanker that was destined to Russia, they were able to intercept another tanker that was in the Latin American waters. So the full implementation of sanctions on Venezuelan oil, America is saying that there's no turning back, and that's what they are doing now. And therefore, the Secretary of Defense confirmed that this process is now underway.
Of course, what is happening now in the Atlantic, Sophie, has started already raising fears that it could risk confrontation with the Kremlin. What do we know, and what are the significant concerns that world leaders would have watching this development?
You heard earlier on the response from Kremlin, from Moscow, that it was lukewarm in terms of their response to what was a build-up towards the interception of this oil tanker. And it looks like Russia is paralyzed, and many people are saying it was a humiliation, again, directed at Russia, because Russia had sent a naval vessel to go and look into this issue. And unfortunately, the argument is that they didn't arrive on time. But that doesn't change the fact that this looks like some humiliation to Russia, because clearly America did succeed in intercepting this oil tanker. And when you look at the visuals during that operation, it's quite, it looks like a movie. I mean, President Trump spoke about a movie when they were invading Venezuela. This is exactly what happened just now in the North Atlantic. Let us be clear, this is the North Atlantic Ocean, and therefore the question is what's going to happen next. Earlier on, we were talking about last night President Trump indicating that Venezuelan interim government has agreed to give 30 to 50 million barrels of oil to the United States of America, and the United States of America was going to sell the oil and give money to Venezuela, but also to the United States of America. So this whole oil war or oil trade is now escalating. And you know what is even quite disturbing is that you know that as it relates to fighting climate change, there was a call for countries to reduce the greenhouse emission. And now you see oil again becoming a very important commodity, and no one is talking about clean energy anymore. And therefore, the world is at a moment where something big is happening and changes all around and quick. And on the other hand, you have the United Nations as the world body that is supposed to monitor and intervene in this stand of being very, very paralyzed and helpless at this moment.
All right, Sophie, I know that you are monitoring all of those developments for us. Thank you so much for your time. Our specialist correspondent, Sophie Mokoena, looking at all of those vantage points from here in South Africa.